Hey guys, what's up? It's your man Pete, and we are back with another episode of Selling Toronto. Today in this video, I wanted to talk about the single biggest mistake that new and young home buyers typically make when they're trying to buy a house. This video is specifically targeted for people who are looking for a house, like townhouse, semi, detached. The general idea is that we are so influenced by what other people are telling us. We're so influenced by what's going on in the media that when it comes time for us to buy our very first home, and specifically a house, we have these lofty dreams and goals and ambitions, and we're gonna go in there, we're gonna buy this fantastic, amazing, beautiful, perfect dream house. Well, this is a normal part of the home buying process that I go through with a lot of young and new home buyers. It's always the same thing, right? It's like they think they can get this amazing property with their budget or under budget. And then as we continue to start looking at more properties and they start submitting offers and they start realizing that their budget really actually doesn't buy all that much. So in this video, we're going to get into a little bit of the mindset of what's going on in first-time home buyers, how I'm able to help people manage their expectations and still be able to get them into amazing properties that are right for them in their stage of their lives. So we'll see you on the other side as we get a little bit more deeper into that right after this. So we're back, guys, and this comes to me time and time again, and it's understandable. I get it. I know where it's coming from because buying a home is like getting married. You don't do that every single day. It's a very special event in your life. You have these sort of built up preconceptions about how things are going to go, what you're going to be able to afford. And I know you've been working hard, you've been saving your money, and you've been thinking about it for a very long time. The inevitable happens, and it's not just working with me, it happens with everybody, which is that throughout the course of searching for properties online, working with your realtor, they start finding properties that are just like amazing, incredible, right? And they think that that's the house that they can actually get. They think that that's affordable. But no, Toronto real estate is really something else. It's a very special place for buying and selling real estate in that way, where you have underpriced listings, there's offer dates, there's bully offers, where that has actually kind of become the norm. It's no longer the exception like it was 10 or 15 years ago. But really what I want to talk about is really young buyers in their 20s or early 30s who've been thinking and they've wanted to be doing this for a really long time. It's been built up into their heads and it kind of sucks. I hate giving people bad news that, your budget can't afford this, right? That's the worst thing. So what we typically do is we go out to see the property and I advise them on what I think it's actually going to sell for. Typically in the beginning, they don't want to listen to me, right? Like they have to go through the motions. They have to go through the process of submitting an offer, doing a home inspection, and going to the table and competing against other buyers. It's just a normal part of the process. Everybody goes through this. But it's absolutely gut-wrenching when you find the home that you really, really love and you really think it's perfect for you and you really did your best, you stretched your budget, you took away all your financing and conditions to the deal, and you still didn't get it. Well, the reason why this happens is because there's other people that are interested in the property as well too. And those people may even be further down the line than you were. Maybe they failed on 2, 3, 4, 5, or even 10 other offers until they finally realized that they had to go hard to get this deal for this house that you went after. And so it really comes down to motivation, right? So if you've failed enough times and you've submitted enough offers and you're just like, I know what to do now. I understand what the pricing is. I have the ability to get people to that point a whole lot quicker in terms of educating them, informing them, and just getting them caught up to speed. You can call me tutorial man. You have to go out there, you have to submit offers, you have to see properties, you have to understand what the current state of the market is in terms of pricing. And unfortunately, you don't win and succeed until you've failed. Another thing is people think that they can get the best, most amazing house, like a $1 million bungalow that's fully renovated, it's got a rentable basement, it's got a nice piece of land in a good area next to a subway or a highway, but their budget's only $700,000. This, frankly, boys and girls, is something that you're just gonna have to get used to and get over with. That's why you have to work with a trusted realtor, someone who really knows what they're doing, and they're able to help you project and value what this property is. In fact, we're actually probably some of the best appraisers, if not the best property appraisers out there because we're active. We're out there. We see what's going on. We see the activity. We see the heat level of the market. We know the market best. And I think we actually do a better job than the appraisers. So, but basically the problem is that early on in the process, these young and inexperienced buyers, they find a property, they really zero in on it, and then they don't want to see anything else. That is the biggest mistake that you can make on your home buying journey here in the city, because there is the possibility that other properties could serve your purpose just as well. So why not go out there and see the properties that are relevant to you in that given area? Like, it's a really difficult mind shift or chasm that you have to cross, but eventually you do, right? If you're a serious buyer, which is that you have to come down to earth and you have to realize that you're going to have to sacrifice something, unless you're literally dripping with cash and you can afford to buy whatever you want, or better yet, be able to build a custom home for yourself. But the truth of the reality is that most people are not in that position. And so it's important for you to choose what's most important. You got to figure out the number one most important thing to you. Sometimes it's location, sometimes it's size of the house, sometimes it's the finishing of the house. And the thing is, like, you could have a list of 5 or 10 things that are important to you about a house, but if you satisfy all of those things that are not number 1 or number 2 on your list, you won't be happy. So the way that I help people reframe it and focus in and prioritize is to figure out what's the thing that's non-negotiable for you. What's number 1? What's number 2? I mean, even if you satisfied number 2, 3, 4, and 5, but you don't satisfy number 1, you're going to have a problem, and that's not going to be the right property for you. So as you can see, we take you through a little bit more of a logical and analytical approach. That's our job. That's what we do. We have to bring some sanity to the process, because most of the time buyers are very emotional. There's a lot of things going on. They've got families, they've got friends talking to them, and they just don't know what to do. It's important to be very analytical and to make sure that you stay on top of your priorities. Eventually people get around to it, but early on most people always make that mistake where they like to zero in and focus on this one dream property and not really realizing that there's other potential options. Not only is that a waste of time to go out there and see one property, but then you can't contrast and compare because every single property is different. It's unique. And so it's important for you to have good knowledge, good research, and to have a bit of a mind bank of information of properties at any given time so that you know how much you can offer on the next one that works for you. Believe me, there's plenty of houses on the market. It just comes down to what you can afford at any given time and how much competition there is for that particular house. So I thought I would just bring this up and mention it to people just to show you the thought process that we go through, how we guide our clients, and how we help them make the best logical decision for them long-term, not just lifestyle, but investment-wise too. So I hope this video was helpful to you in some way. Please be sure to hit the subscribe, give us a like, feel free to leave us a comment, or better yet, if you're looking to buy a house in the next few months, then give us a shout here at Selling Toronto. We'll make sure we'll take care of you really, really well. So we'll see you in the next one, and bye for now.